My only reaction to the injury is that it's not completely unfair to have to go up against this monster of a defense. Period. Period. Devon Gilmore, TREVON DIGGS, Micah Parsons. That is unfair. Now it's not unfair. Now you do have a chance. At least we keeping it interesting right now. This was a legendary all-time defense. Yes, the Bob Gilmore Hall of Famer and TREVON DIGGS alongside. This defense was about to become historic. But we don't need historic defense. We need a top 10 defense. A top 5, top 10 defense. Not a defense that's going to win the game by itself. Can't have that. Gotta have some parity. Gotta have some competition. Can't have the Cowboys defense murdering everyone. Did you see that tank last week? Did you see him wallop through the Jets front 5? Did you see Micah Parsons? That it was becoming unfair. The Ravens, well, they'll make it to the wild card divisional round to answer your question. Do I think they'll make the AFC title game? Now, next year, I do like the Ravens, though, so you got to wait till next year as General Jackson keeps on marching to New Orleans, the roar of 1812. So there's some symbolism there with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens for next year's Super Bowl. So, hey, I don't know how many times the team has made it back to the same exact Super Bowl site that they've played before. But if the Ravens do make it next year, they make it back to New Orleans. I don't know how many times it has happened in the history of the NFL. I have to go across mainly the Patriots did make it back to Glendale. So there's one example. The Patriots did make it back to Glendale, Super Bowl 42, then Super Bowl 49. So it has happened before. The Patriots is a very recent example. I have to go across and see if it's ever happened for Dallas and Pittsburgh. And, 49ers, I think they did play at Miami. I don't know. I think Steve Young Super Bowl. So, hey, it's happened before. 49ers made it back to Miami. The Patriots made it back to Glendale. So it has happened before. So it's not completely out of the ordinary. But then, as many times as the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl in comparison to the 49ers and the Patriots, then yeah, that would be kind of rare. But I think it's okay for Baltimore for next year. So many references referencing Black America that equal 59, so that makes sense for me next year. Super Bowl 59 is going to have a black on black quarterback matchup. So save that next year. Uh, with the racist history of Arizona, the last state to recognize MLK, those are technically two mixed quarterbacks. I mean, it is what it is. They're mixed. They're half white. They have black. Well, actually, Jalen Hurts is black. So yeah, I remember because I that's why I said the Chiefs are going to win because it's a white supremacist league because Patrick Mahomes is a 3/4 white daughter and he's half white and half black. He's half white, half black. Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, they fucked over a black quarterback. They put Kyler Murray against Lamar Jackson. Definitely, Lamar Jackson's going to lose. Because that's how that's how the owners. That's how they play along. But Cowboys are still going to win the Super Bowl. It is a wrap. Mike McCarthy's about to become the Hall of Fame play caller. You got to sacrifice your buddies to win a championship. So yeah, Zeke Elliott is a sacrificial limb. He's a sacrificial limb in that he technically can produce and add something to the team. But Kellen Moore, yeah, he had to go. And Mike McCarthy about to show why he's a Hall of Fame coach. He was scapegoated in Green Bay, and look at how they did without Mike McCarthy. He was just a scapegoat. So he made out well, Mike McCarthy, because he wasn't the problem. They did not make it to the Super Bowl without Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys have gotten better every year. And it's going to come down to Mike McCarthy's play calling. It's going to be the storyline. Is Mike McCarthy's play calling and Dak Prescott earning himself a super duper rich contract about to ball out for the Dallas Cowboys and CD Lamb. Get that CD Lamb. The show, the highlight on the CD. Booyah. There's too much. That's just why they bought Stephon Gilmore. I'm jacked because I am jacked that the Cowboys are going to win without Stephon Diggs. And they don't need no Stephon Diggs. You need an elite pass rusher to win more than an elite cornerback. Period. Richard Sherman was not a shutdown corner. He was the LOB. He got destroyed while he's with the 49ers. But you'll get 20 interceptions playing another defense, that's for sure. The Cowboys, this is how they set up. It really doesn't matter. You're playing mind games here, folks. But TREVON Diggs is hurt, so there's no chance Cowboys are going to face off against Buffalo now, right? Well, look at who's number one right now, like I said a few months ago. Stephon Gilmore started out his career with the Buffalo Bills. He wasn't just a 1, 2, 3-year player with the Buffalo Bills. He played 5 seasons with the Buffalo Bills. He was a very long tenured Buffalo Bills player. Even 5 years is a lot of years for the Bills. He's a former Bill going up against the Bill. Don't get fooled by the mind games they be playing. Don't does it with the Cowboys, Bills. And that's how they make it too easy because Stephon Gilmore used to be with the Buffalo Bills, but you'll still be their media day. They'll still be in the same room together, TREVON and Stephon Diggs. They be in the same room on media day during the Super Bowl. They interviewed Jim and John Harbaugh together, Super Bowl 47. They interviewed Jason and Travis Kelce together. It don't matter if he's in a boot, if he's in crutches. By that time, TREVON and Stephon are in the same room on media day during the Super Bowl, and they're going to show both brothers on 2 separate screens in a sequence of time on the day of the Super Bowl. But it is not a coincidence that Super Bowl's on the 42nd day of the year, and both guys have a total of 42 combined interception. No one knows DaRon Bland, but he is bald. He has 6 interceptions in his career. I mean, you're entering year 3 already. You average 3 interceptions a year. You're not a starting cornerback. You're playing nickel, all that. This DaRon Bland guy, he is a pro. 6 interceptions. Bottom line, when you get 6 interceptions, you are a baller. You are a starter on another team. And that does not also include the fact that this Dallas Cowboys front 7 is going to make the secondary look good by the amount of pressure it generates. And this dude, Micah Parsons, is on a whole other mission. He ain't just going for the toss. He's been thinking about the Super Bowl all summer now. It's about fighting for his brother. If he thought he had all the motivation up there, now he's fighting for his brother who should be on the field. Micah Parsons over 20 sacks this year. I'm telling you, Micah Parsons gets 20 sacks one game. He gets 6 sacks all alone. Which team is that going to be against? Now you know exactly why they got Noah Igobedini, who's a first-round talent from the Dolphins. He made the first touchdown of the year. He returned the blocked field goal for the touchdown. That was the cornerback. And now he gets to make contributions in the nickel or in the number 2 spot. If they switch back and forth between the number 2 and the nickel, they will, because they will disguise looks, they will disguise coverages. There's Eric Scott. So the Dallas Cowboys are stacked in the secondary, and this does not also include Malik Hooker, who played with an elite Colts defense, and they made the playoffs a couple times. And Malik Hooker is also a fine acquisition. Get the hookers out, hookers in Las Vegas. Here we go. Yeah, Cowboys are a better team with TREVON DIGGS, but he's just one guy in the system. He doesn't make up the whole system. That's why the Dallas Cowboys, otherwise, this defense, the amount of points they have generated for fantasy owners, including myself, this was on pace to becoming a Hall of Fame defense being compared to the 2002 Bucks, to the 1985 Bears, and the 2013 Seattle Seahawks. That was the trajectory the Cowboys defense was heading toward. But Dak cannot be carried by the Dallas defense. He cannot. Dak has to make all the big throws. He has to lead the Cowboys down 2 minutes. Mark the quarterback. This is the moment here where he says, hey, I'm clutch. Get me the football under 2 minutes. It ain't TREVON DIGGS ending the game with the interception. It's Dakota, Rain Dakota, coming in, making it red, firing bullets all over the place. He was throwing nothing but darts. He was just throwing darts last week. He's going to be throwing bullets in these next few weeks. Open up the playbook, bomb it out, and run and play action, all of the above. This is Mike McCarthy. He's going to take over. He's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. How many guys have won Super Bowls at two different franchises? Mike McCarthy, it is so hard to be consistent. These teams are not, you cannot find any team out there that is as consistent as Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, but Mike McCarthy is super consistent. One bad year, he was scapegoated, but he's made the playoffs and made the playoffs like Andy Reid in Green Bay. He won the Super Bowl over there, and the Cowboys have gotten better every year with Mike McCarthy, and they are on the trajectory to be an even better team than last year. Brock Purdy is just a Mr. Irrelevant quarterback. This is an awful New York Giants team. Their only win happened against the tanking Cards. Now, it'll be scripted for Brock to win against Cowboys because it's rigged. It's rigged. Because, 49ers, they own the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, I can't beat the 49ers. That's what they're about to say right there. And speaking of Las Vegas hosting the Super Bowl, these guys are merciless. Everybody gonna say, they're gonna win the Super Bowl without TREVON DIGGS. This is where Las Vegas wins. This is where people don't understand football, don't understand that, don't understand next man up, all that. One man makes a football team and he not the quarterback? And he not the pass rusher? I get the feeling, folks, that this was about to become a top 5 defense of all time that is just going to get unfair, and it was going off script of Dak having to lead the Cowboys from behind to earn that contract for Mike McCarthy and his play calls being the star of the show. And Dak telling Jarrah, or if he dies, Stephen Jones, that I am worth every penny of what I demand in my next contract. And they will have to be forced to give him the megastar contract. Joe Flacco was Joe Montana for one postseason, but the Ravens still paid Joe Flacco. All he has to do is win the Super Bowl. His mega $1 million contract is guaranteed. Because you saw Joe Flacco become the highest paid quarterback. And that was after he had like 12 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Joe Montana, he was Joe Cool out there, Joe Flacco. That's how that postseason was rigged as well. Ray Lewis praising Jesus, all that Jesus turned his life around. And Jesus healed me. But this is kind of going on script with what I have predicted from the Dallas Cowboys for this for the first half of the year. So basically, they'll beat Cardinals because they'll take it. I mean, they'll still win that win by at least 14 points. Now, this is a week where Dak is going to take over. Because the defense has done well, and you didn't really see the field much because Dallas defense is just wrecking havoc, what have you, in week one. I think Dak is hungry to take over. I really do. But yeah, the national media, they don't want to mention a great game he had against the Jets defense. So already Dak Prescott is on track to win the Super Bowl. The way he played against the Jets defense. Easy. I was wondering, how's the Cowboys doing on the board? How are the Cowboys doing on the board? So, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Well, because you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Dak Prescott, you don't have other more common plays. You have an insane amount of secondary depth. Dak about to take over, get the contract. That's what they know. That's what NFL's sending over to the guys in Las Vegas. You have Micah Parsons. You have elite talent all across the board. You have Stephon Gilmore. You see what I mean? This dude got an interception already. Stephon Gilmore is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He knows what Belichickian principles are needed to win a championship. Now I know who DaRon Bland is, and so do you. There ain't nothing bland about DaRon Bland. He's a fifth rounder who knows how to put in the work as an unproven man. That's hungry in the fifth round. He showed up to work. In off-season workout, in training camp, 6 interceptions as a fifth round draft pick. He a grinder. He know about the grind. Wonder what Bettini's got going around as a quarterback, but on special teams, he already stepped in for the first touchdown of the year, 58 yards going from the 42-yard line. And this guy, Scott Jr., a rookie. So, yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of depth. And it kind of makes sense how Stephon Gilmore's the big move. He used to play for the Bills. There's no DIGGS matchup with the Bills. Stephon against TREVON of the Cowboys, but the guy who replaces Trevon Diggs started out his career with the Buffalo Bills. But nothing changed. Nothing changed. Dak has to lead. He got the comeback period. Dak has to lead this team. And that's what makes me believe that it can be a fake injury. The NFL tells him, we tell you the script, you can't say nothing, or we're going to make shit up about you and blackmail you and end your career. So shut the hell up, because it says in the contract, if we tell you you have to play along with the script, you have no choice but to listen to what we want you to do as what the script says. And the script says that Mike McCarthy takes over. He's a Hall of Fame coach. And Dak Prescott shows the management all these years. Where's the Dak contract? Where's the Dak? He cannot win the big one. Tony Romo's mom and his brother did not die. But that's the sacrifice that comes with taking the glory of leading the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, to the Super Bowl, with everyone rooting for you to either succeed or fail. And ultimately, this is all set up for Dak to take all the glory. His mom and his brother have died. Now he, as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, leads a team to the 6th championship. He takes it all the glory. be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys to join Roger Staubach and John Aikman. He joined an elite company. And that's what his mom died for. That's what his brother died for. That's what his almighty creator, and he's being taken care of. He's being taken care of. I think he looks great. He looks great. He all ready to go. Cowboy, the sacrifice is gone. What you see right there is no more Kellen Moore. No more Kellen Moore. Now Mad Mike has the keys. And going on winless. Unbeaten. Wonder how many teams left there are going to be that are unbeaten by Monday night. Unbeaten Eagles. Washington will lose to Buffalo, so how many more teams are going to lose their first game? Atlanta will lose to Detroit, so how many unbeaten? So the Cowboys have to be one of the last 6 teams unbeaten to begin the year. They have to be one of the last 6. But this is part of the script. The Cowboys haven't faced anyone tough there. They only beat the Jets and the Jets. They only beat the Cowboys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. People ready to flip-flop and change their mind just because of one tie in the torn ACL. But this, I'm telling you, they were on track to be the 1985-86 Bears and the 2002 Bucks and the 2013 Seahawks. I legitimately believe that. This team is just fun. You take last year's team, there's no TREVON, there's Stephon Gilmore. He played with who did Brandon Cooks play with? Who did he play in the Super Bowl? Was it with the New England Patriots, I think? I think Brandon, he may have been with the LA Rams. He may have lost 2 Super Bowls, so Brandon may need to let it cook and get some glory. He needs to get one back for the NFL. I mean, NFL told the Patriots to lay down when they benched Malcolm Butler in that Super Bowl. So that Super Bowl's rigged. Bill Belichick was told to lay down that Super Bowl. But yeah. So right here, Brandon Cooks, Patriots 2017. So yeah, he participated in Super Bowl 52. It doesn't matter if he had any stats or any reps or any snaps. Then he was with the Rams 2018, 2019. So Brandon Cooks 0-2 in the Super Bowl. He's going to be 1-2. 1 out of 3 Super Bowls. Dallas is 13. So yeah, Brandon Cooks is gonna he needs his moment, and he will. And he's born at Stockton, California, right? He's gonna beat the 49ers. He's gonna beat the 49ers. This injury right here, I know something special about to go down for Dak Prescott. That is still the matchup. Stephon Gilmore. He played with Buffalo. He got tired of getting beat by Brady, so he joined the bad guys, and he won the 6th championship with Tom Brady over at Atlanta. In 5 years and 8 months later, with the Dallas Cowboys, Stephon Gilmore's a Hall of Fame cornerback. He wins the Super Bowl. He's a Hall of Fame cornerback. I know the scoreline. I know the final team player stats and scoreline of that Dallas Cardinals game is going to be intertwined with the Cowboys' next championship because that's when they're 3-0. It's all scripted for Dak to be the guy. Let's take a step back here, shall we? Baseball, well, NFL owners want the white guy to take the glory. But I think as we're becoming more demographically diverse, I do think that some black, some mixed quarterbacks, some quarterbacks out there got gotta take some glory. It's not just gonna be Patrick Mahomes, but the one subliminally racist thing that these owners have going well for Dak is that he plays like a pocket passer. He plays like the white quarterback. He's not a running quarterback. They did help Cam because he fought back. They didn't help Colin Kaepernick because he's a running quarterback. But the one thing about Dak Prescott is he plays like the white quarterback. He's a pocket passer. He steps back and throws and has to make reads. He played like a white quarterback. The racist white supremacist owners say that's good enough for Dak to win the championship. And then, of course, the deaths of his bro and his mom and his depression and all the nasty comments by Skip Bayless, all that, and all the flack he gets every week. Dak Prescott, all the flack he gets from wide receivers having balls tipped off their chest, their hands, but the interception only gets credited to the quarterback, but lots of interceptions was on the wide receivers, and nothing's been tipped up on the wide receivers this year. So I wonder if the wide receivers purposely were trying to tip the ball last year. I don't know. But why it lands at 15, that's still Patrick Mahomes, number 15. Ravens lost the first regular season game at the Raiders went in overtime over the Ravens, but it's not Lamar this year. General Jackson, Andrew Jackson, the Battle of New Orleans was a pivotal battle. The War of 1812 and in the stalemate, the British didn't take over. Andrew Jackson had a big victory in the Battle of New Orleans. This was Andrew Jackson. And Lamar Jackson will have to go on a big winning campaign to make it to the Super Bowl at New Orleans. So I believe next year for Lamar, War of 1812, symbolism, yes, that's going to be big. And then the number 59 connects to a lot of 59 references. It connects to Black America. I forgot which black. I wonder if I forgot which 59 references there were. I gotta honestly go back to my videos to see what the 59 references were. I know 59 is a big number for African Americans. I know. Well, yeah, Nego's 59, but I never type out the N word in the calculator. Okay, I just don't. I know it's just to avoid the use of that word and all of that. So I try to completely avoid it. But yeah, I guess Nego's one of the things that I was thinking about. Camacho 59. I honestly got to go back to one of the Super Bowl 59 videos I made a couple years ago. It's been a lot of time, a lot of things to cover in between, and so I'll just have to go back to that, honestly. What about Lamar? Do I remember? Well, the thing I remember about Lamar Jackson as it pertains to General Jackson, the War of 1812, the War of 1812. If you don't know about the War of 1812, go Google it. Battle of New Orleans. So that is one of the key battles that helped the war end in a stalemate. I may have to read more into the War of 1812 to completely understand and decipher just how what key events or what key decisions allowed the War of 1812 to not go the British way, but it would be 12 Super Bowls later after the Ravens were in the Super Bowl 47. So to me, I think that's gonna. I just realized it right now. I believe that it's going to help Lamar. But as far as Camacho goes, folks, okay, just let's Camacho say Lamar is 45 and 18 in New Orleans, and Pythagorean is 45. So yeah, Lamar does equal New Orleans. And everything that's going on with the Cardinals, it just making sense why I kind of see he's only the 32nd pick. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, he's number one. And as far as the white supremacists go, it's how we predicted the last Super Bowl, right? White supremacists. The full-blood quarterback's going to lose because they're white supremacists, and Patrick Mahomes are their golden child. So it kind of made sense for Patrick Mahomes to win over Arizona. That's the last day to recognize him. Okay, so all the pregame analysts were supposed to predict the Eagles, even if they believed it or not. I believe they were told by the producers that they have to go say Philly no matter what. The only thing I remember about the Cardinals equaling 45, it is Cards that's Camacho 45 and 18. You gotta have I just think at some point we gotta see a very explosive Super Bowl between two dual threats that can throw deep and that can run on the outside. And if we do see this dual threat matchup, it's gonna be one of the best matchups ever. But Kyler Murray leads the Cardinals down for the last score if that does happen. The Cardinals have the longest drought in North American sports. They were from Chicago Cardinals, Chicago Cubs were the prior longest drought in North American sports. So wait for General Jackson for next year, but Tua is going to win MVP, obviously, because Miami is going to be one of the last teams to lose their first game of the year. But yeah, I mean, I just, you know how they call Kobe Bryant Kobe Bean Bryant because Kobe Bean Bryant has a lot of meaning with 54. But I think we should be calling this guy Rain Dakota. The Kabbalists out there, his name is Rain. His birth name is gonna say a lot what he's really born to do. Rain Dakota, 6-3 in the Super Bowl, 27 years without winning. It really is that easy. I already people are they're already falling for the mind games. Like Gilmore played for the Bills too. This is how we don't fall for the mind game. They really make it that easy. What adds another lever to the mind game is that uh, Josh Allen played with the Wyoming Cowboys in college football. It's go up against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. But he played with the Wyoming Cowboys during his collegiate career. In a season high for passing touchdowns, it's 28 for Josh Allen. So birth name, Rain Dakota. Rain was born, lead Dallas to 6-3 in the Super Bowl. Now, I can't believe I haven't entered this reference. There's Prescott, there's Dak, there's Rain Dakota. First and middle name, last name Prescott. Prescott has already been given before birth because that's the paternal name. The first name and the middle name are given to you either before or after you're born. But the thing is, folks, is that Rain Dakota is Gamacha 43. They interviewed him before the Sunday night football game. The season began at New Jersey. New Jersey. And of course, it's Dallas Cowboys. I think for people who understand football and schematics, is that if you don't have a strong pass rush and you're without your top cornerback, then yeah, that's going to hurt you. But the Cowboys system is bigger than just one shutdown cornerback. And like I said before, that Dak has got to win some of these games to get that big contract of his. And the Cowboys front seven is still the best in the NFL. And Las Vegas, Nevada is 43 too. So Rain, Dakota, Las Vegas, Nevada, season starting New Jersey. She enter Rain, Dakota in the calculator. Everybody's ready to write off Dak, whether it be because he's of mixed race, because these guys get more flack from the fans than the white quarterbacks. I mean, people are kind of racist against Kyler Murray because, call it quarterback with attitude. That's what they think about the guy. But Kyler Murray, he spent all offseason at the Cardinals training complex. He wasn't at home at Dallas. He was spending this whole time at the Cardinals training complex. But for some reason, these colored quarterbacks, the fans think they have a lot of attitude. They ain't got the right attitude. These guys go through a lot of racism in the media sometimes. There are fans of the Cardinals. I think that he should not be the quarterback, which I have no idea why. But anyway, I think he's electric. I think Lamar is electric. Otherwise, I wouldn't have selected Lamar Jackson with a number one pick in the fantasy football draft. There'll be weeks where Lamar is going to play. Lamar is going to play when Dak has to go up against the Eagles at Philadelphia. Lamar is going to be the starter when the Cowboys going to lose in scripted fashion at Santa Clara to the 49ers. Lamar's going to start when, Buffalo's going to dominate the first matchup December 17 over at Buffalo. So there will be weeks when Lamar is going to be starting, but 49ers are fool's gold. Well, the 49ers have done, oh yeah. You got to go up against Big Dick swinging Dallas in the playoffs, yo. Man, not the regular season matchup. You have to go up against me in the postseason. Third time's the charm. Yeah, nothing. Let's go. Do you understand the rituals, the death rituals, and what they lead up to? No. If they say the Dallas Cowboys choke every January, what does that make the 49ers? Bigger chokers. The Cowboys have won a Super Bowl more recent than that team. Why should I think that loser choking teams will win? Niners are a joke. They have a trash quarterback. They have a choking coach who gets his quarterback hit in his schematics. They don't protect the quarterback. Good luck with that. I'll take a Super Bowl winning coach over a loser like Kyle Shanahan. He's a choker. He choked. Sucker, 49ers suckers. You guys suck. Go lose your money on the Winers. Y'all don't know football. You don't know the 49ers. The 49ers, one injury does not make the 49ers. 49ers had depth, but they're an older team. The Cowboys are a younger team. The Cowboys have a cornerback with 6 interceptions. Do you know who Stephon Gilmore is? The Cowboy defense, they're the top number one in the fantasy points all week. They got 30 points last week. They got 50 points week 1. This was about to be the Seattle Seahawks defense. It was starting to get unfair for the rest of the league. Now, you can the fuck up and you say Niners guarantee win the Super Bowl. I dare you. Otherwise, you a pussy. You ain't no nothing. You don't know why Dak's mom and his sister's brother died, do ya? No. No. The Niners will never, ever win a Super Bowl until the Cardinals win the Super Bowl. I'm speaking back. That's the curse. Every team in the division have to win the Super Bowl before the 49ers do. The Cardinals going to win the Super Bowl next year with number one, Kyler Murray, the winning quarterback in Texas, the big high school state of Texas. Texas and Florida, California, Texas football religion. Brock Purdy's a choke artist. He's a pussy who couldn't even play another drive after he got hurt. This guy's a joke. He's worse than Jay Cutler. This guy don't know how to play through pain. This guy is soft. Brock Purdy is Purdy soft. You know respect. I don't care about Madden ratings, but he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's consistent. This is why Gilmore's on the Cowboys versus another team, because Cowboys have to be led by the Dak Attack. The Dak Attack. It ain't supposed to be unfair. The Cowboys, big dick swinging, big D, Dallas defense, bullying for week in, week out. They have to dump this brother, and his brother and his mom got sacrificed because he about to lead the team to take the coin for their 6th Super Bowl title. You'll be here back in January, right, Raffaran? You'll be back. Your team is trash. You got trash quarterback. You got a choking coach. You'll blame the refs again like every 41 fan does every January. These fans are delusional. They're just a full gold sucker pick for Las Vegas. That's who the 49ers are. The elite will never, ever have a division rival win at the Raiders Stadium. That's what you don't get. Completely brainwashed. You could have learned from last year that the Niners were never going to make it to Glendale at the Cardinals Stadium. But you are drugs. The Raiders are never going to give the trophy to the teams for the Niners. Because it's rigged that way. They're not letting no Niner win the Super Bowl. That's how they set up. Seahawks never had a chance. The ball at the 2-yard line, the Seahawks never had a chance. It was rigged for Wilson to throw the game. Seahawks were not going to, we won the Super Bowl at your Arizona Cardinals Stadium. No. That's how the Niners ain't got no chance. You're a sucker if you think the Niners are winning. You suck. You just suck. You don't understand. You have a lot to learn, my young Padawan. And because of numerology anyways, the Chiefs are not going to make it to the conference championship game because the NFL's got big plans for Miami to hype up the MVP. Dak, he purposely threw those interceptions. I know it was rigged. But there's no Kellen Moore. No, they're not. Not until the Cardinals are long overdue for a Super Bowl. Not that team. They won 5 times. Lions overdue for a Super Bowl. The Crabs and the Browns overdue for a Super Bowl. As long as that loser fan base, we got 5 Super Bowls. Ever since the divisional alignment in 2002, you ain't won nothing. Seahawks have won more than that loser team has won. The Rams have won more than the Vikings. I'll pick the right year the Niners are winning, but I know the script. Fact is, they're division rivals with the Rams and the Seahawks, but they will hate the Cardinals one day, I guarantee you. Cardinals going to beat the Niners in the playoffs next year. It's a lock. It's already happened. They're mathing out about 5 Super Bowls, one when they were VHS tapes. That's a joke, fan base. They don't understand the rigged, scripted gold rush. The gold is dried up. There's no more gold mines. That's why you're not winning anymore. Joe Montana's the gold rush. The gold rush is over. There's no more gold left. Oh, the Expeditions, they took all the gold. There's no more gold left. It's a reenactment of the gold rush. No more gold left. Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry. NFL rigged scripted. All their championships were rigged scripted. So all these 30 years without winning, and might as well should be rigged scripted too. Love to see all of the Winder fans suffer and cry a lot. They'll lose to Buffalo. They'll lose to the Eagles. They're a joke team. They got trashed by the Chiefs at home last year. This team's a joke. I'll bet the Niners will beat the Cowboys in the regular season, but come the postseason, this team ain't got no chance. Cowboys not beating the 49ers because Las Vegas is setting up the sacrifice. Las Vegas is going to make record profits during the postseason because all the loser Dallas Cowboy hate us. Oh, the Niners beat them in the regular season. Dak Prescott's going to beat them in the playoffs. And the public's going to lose on the Niners. And the Eagles going to make it back and win the Super Bowl this year. And the Cowboys joke every year. And my emotion, I want to see the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And so the public's going to lose on the Eagles against the Cowboys on the day. January the 28th is the day that the Cowboys were founded. On the day the Cowboys are founded, on the 28th day, the Cowboys are in the next Super Bowl 28 years later. From the 28th state, 28th day number of rough nose to Fontaine, it don't matter. This is a team. The way Nick Bosa was mouthing off like, oh, Kyler, we took the wrong player. Oh, we're doing so much well. Nick Bosa easily lose to the Cardinals next year. This guy's a sucker. That's a good question. Will the Niners, they'll probably lose a game to the Cardinals, I imagine, when Kyler plays. Well, it won't surprise me if the Cardinals lose both games to the Niners. And yeah, Cardinals will beat the Niners next year. Then the Super Bowl run ends this year for the Niners. Their run is all but over against the Cowboys. This is why they call it a rivalry, not a one-sided domination. This will be a rivalry when the Cowboys watch and see the 49ers cry and suffer. That's how you know the rivalry is back. When the Cowboys come in and punch all their teeth out in the playoffs, and it really matters after they got whipped up. The takedown happened. The round is not done. The Niners come out the first punch, and they go bang, 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 bang. And then the Dallas Cowboys come in and bang, bang. He's tired. He's beating on the ground, but he comes back. He comes back and takedown, come down, and not over. He's down on the ground. He gets back up, and he's gaining momentum. He's feeling the crowd, and bam! The other fighter, he feels the momentum from the crowd and gets down. But Wake West Chase, imagine this. Las Vegas is out for blood. If the Niners win the regular season, because only win the regular season, even when they got in the playoffs, like the year before that, 23-17, it is all designed to be the public to bet their dang money on the Niners in a divisional round. It's designed for folks like Screaming A. Smith to look all full. If you bet, if the Niners win by 10 points in the regular season, the Cowboys are not going to beat them in the playoffs. So Las Vegas wins. That's fugazi. Cowboys' performance at Santa Clara is going to be a big, giant fugazi. Santa Clara's come out to 27 years without a championship. And 49ers is 28, and Packers is 28. The Cowboys did lose in the divisional round to the Packers twice. They will face the Niners. They will. Divisional round. What does Roger Goodell like? Bubbling cutting. Bubbling cutting. Understand. Cowboys, Eagles, defending NFC champion. Eagles, Cowboys. East Coast, America's team. This is why they rigged 2 Giants Patriots Super Bowls, because the East Coast, right? 2 Patriots Eagles Super Bowls. They love their East Coast ratings. And Cowboys just take the Patriots' place. You have East Coast against the Dallas Cowboys, a team that has won the NFC from the prior year. Cowboys fans making all they noise after the Eagles lose NFC Championship game to the Cowboys. The hype, the popcorn, the must-watch TV, all of that. You must-watch TV in the divisional round. This is how you know it's a show for America's team. It's a show. Cowboys, Eagles, the mega popcorn, mega pop star rated in the NFC Championship game. In the prior round before, in the divisional round, the 49ers, the 49er Eagle rematch. Whoa, look at that quarterback now against the Eagles. Let's see how he's going to do. And then the Dallas Cowboys, they defeat the 49ers. Mike McCarthy used to be offensive coordinator of the 49ers. Mike McCarthy will have his moment of glory against the 49ers. Because he used to be the offensive coordinator. Cowboys, Eagles. Divisional rivalries in the NFC Championship game. The 49ers and the Rams. The 49ers and the Seahawks. The Cowboys. When the Cowboys make it, it has to be the defending NFC champion. People believe the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl this year. If it's not Kansas City, it is the people believe it's Eagles Chiefs. Eagles Chiefs. But most of the time, these future Super Bowl predictions, the prior team from the year before does not make it back. The Chiefs never made it back to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are set up to be slaughtered by the Cowboys. What y'all mean that's not good logic, man? How many times does the team make it back to the Super Bowl from the prior year? And go back to the Eagles then. Do it. I dare you. Don't bet the Eagles. Because Las Vegas is smiling, if you will. I know America is going to be betting against the Cowboys every week in the playoffs this year. But little they know, that's not what Dak's brother, and that's not what his mother died for. I don't drink beer, I drink wine, because my prediction is going to age like the finest organic wine out there in the market. And I guarantee it. This is the year because Giants and Steelers equals 103. 10 years and 3 months after the death of Peggy Prescott, the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl because I hate the Cowboys. I do. Some of the final memories out there, Cowboys losing 3 straight divisional Week 17 championship games. That was rigged. That was scripted. But the public enjoyed the outcome, so they didn't give a damn if it was scripted. They did not. It was dramatic. The winner takes all Week 17. It was Kyle Orton was a quarterback in that game against the Eagles. Robert Griffin and the Redskins, they beat him. The Giants, they beat him and road to the Super Bowl. I know I'm not, but I am high on the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl victory because it is coming, and that is the script. And judging by your reactions, Las Vegas is happy. How you doing?
Fine. How are yourself?
Good.
I don't know if you saw Teller or anything.
A Teller? I haven't seen him yet. We don't know if the injury is scripted. I don't know about any Packer prediction. I mean, before the playoffs, I did predict State Farm to win the Super Bowl last year, in case if you didn't know. I don't know why you want to go off on a preseason prediction, but I was the only guy out there who predicted Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs to beat the Eagles before the playoffs began. Literally every decoder had Bucks and Bills and Bengals and Niners. I beat them all last year. I beat them all. I did predict the State Farm quarterback to win at the start of the year. So, yeah, if it wasn't the Packers, it was always going to be the Chiefs. I predicted State Farm to win at the start of the year. Oh, wow. Oh, Packers, wow. 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 I knew it was going to be a State Farm quarterback. I predicted at the start of the year. You went missing. What do I give a damn about some preseason prediction? Well, who cares? What's your preseason prediction, huh? Where are you? Cam up. Cam up. Cam up. Let's go. Cam up. Where was your Super Bowl prediction before the playoffs? Where was it? Nobody had the Chiefs and the Eagles. I did. Before the playoffs kicked off. No one gives a shit about no Super Bowl prediction for the year. All they care about is let's get the games going. But then when January comes, what's my Super Bowl bet gonna be? And I was right. And I did predict State Farm to win. There's only two possible teams. They were garbage in the first half against a garbage-ass Giants team. This team's a joke. It should never, ever been close without Saquon Barkley. This team's a joke. They let the Rams hang around with them. This team's a joke. I will mark your worthless words. Your worthless team is not winning. Your team's full of worthless chokers. They're the most worthless chokers in the world. They are just like Donovan McNabb and Andy Reid. This team knows how to rip your heart out. This team is full of heartbreak. They're full of suffering and misery. The Niners are full of misery. These fans never learn to shut their fuck-ass mouths. There's a whole generation of fans who've never ever seen some garbage, trash-ass VHS tape win the Super Bowl. This team is a joke. This team is third in the NFC West. Ever since divisional alignment, there have been no Super Bowls for the 49ers. They are a joke team. But they will never, ever win until they start barking about 5 Super Bowls. Niners are bigger chokers than the Cowboys. You play to win the game. When you beat the Cowboys, you failed to win. You failed. And the Cowboys have every chance to win the Super Bowl this year. And they will. That's how Roger Goodell set it up this year. Silver stick, silver helmet. You gotta wake the hell up, man. You gotta wake the hell up. It's 7, not God. It's 7. Brock Purdy is trash. I take Dak Prescott over that bum any day of the week. He's averaging 200 yards a game. He's a joke. He's only good because of the system of the running game. Purdy's a joke. No ring. This is how the elite set up Brock Purdy to win his first game against Tom Brady. Because the elite send the script into Las Vegas to get the suckers to think he's the next Tom Brady, but he is a joke. Some of these throws were so awful. The Giants will not even finish at 500. This team only beat the tanking Cardinals. They let, who is Josh Dobbs? They let Josh Dobbs win 28-7. This team is a joke. He struggled against the Giants. This guy trash. He's trash-ass quarterback. He's a pussy who failed to stay in for the whole game in the NFC Championship game. How am I supposed to respect him? Dak Prescott is far more accomplished than Brock Purdy in his short, measly career. He is a top 15 quarterback talent. He is nothing special. He gets too much credit, but Kyle Shanahan is not the genius that they make him out to be, because he gave up 3 first-round draft picks for the biggest bum quarterback I've ever seen, Trey Lance. They give up first-round draft picks for a running back. This team will never, ever win mortgaging the future. Brock Purdy doesn't even have 20 touchdowns to his name. He is scrub quarterback. He's scrub quarterback. And he know he's scrub. Pretty easy computation. 1,800 yards for old Mr. Brock. He averages 163 passing yards a game. He know Dak Prescott. He a joke. When has he thrown for 4,000 yards? That's why Niners will never, ever win a Super Bowl. They needed Tom Brady. They need Tom Brady. Every sucker out there is going to wonder why the 49er. They never learn from their choking moments. They choked against the Seahawks. They choked against the Giants. They choked against the Chiefs. They've choked against the Rams. They have choked against that team last year, the Eagles. They choked. It's a team that loves to collapse, that loves to choke on their own oxygen. That is who they are. There's no change in who they are. A bunch of a grade A choke artists. This team has choked to the core. They are asking to be eliminated by the Cowboys. You will be looking up to your Lord, to your master, Dak Prescott. You are right, Nick. These people are delusional. They need a new quarterback. The Niners should have drafted Kyler Murray, but they're bums. Cardinals got Kyler Murray. This team of bums. Bum team without a quarterback. They have still not replaced Steve Young. They have not. They're still looking for a quarterback. You can only play within the system against trash-ass teams for such a long time. You want to be taken seriously? That's not how you want to be taken seriously. You're just a troll. Or you're like delusional Ty from Arsenal Fan TV. You may be that delusional like Ty. You want to look up Ty from AFTV. That's what you sound like when you say Brock Purdy is better than Tom Brady. But you must wear the Niner headphones, the Niner beanie, the Niner jacket. Full on like Ty from AFTV, completely deluded. He's not even better than Dak Prescott. I get the feeling you'll be back here not only for week 5 when the 49ers beat the Cowboys, as I have predicted, and you'll be back here for the rematch in the trophy. Now you'll be back. You'll be back when the Cowboys destroy your Niners and make you cry again like that sore loser bum. Who was the guy crying that the refs and the Eagles, they're not the best team? They were crying and making better teams did not win. Why would that crybaby team when they're still crying and making excuses? This is why they call them the 49ers. They've never learned from Jim Crybaugh in the Super Bowl 47. They were the better team. They got away with it. Losing how many points before the blackout? Come on. Come on. This team is a joke. Well, Deebo Samuel, that was the crybaby. Okay, that was the crybaby. Still crying about, Eagles, they got away with it. A better team was us. Why not us? And Jim Crybaugh, who's better than us? Never ever want to reflect on mistakes. Never ever want to. This is why they schedule the teams in week 5. They got 5 Super Bowl championships between each other. This is how the schedule is completely rigid, completely scripted. What do I care if the Niners win? Las Vegas is going to slaughter the public. They're going to torture them. They're going to destroy them. They'll be chasing back losses on the Eagles. This is why it's a fugazi, folks. This is why it's a fugazi. I fully expect the Niners to win that game. It's all but a fugazi. 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 Here's the crybaby. Here's a crybaby loser bum will never ever win a Super Bowl in his life. The loser 49er, Deebo Samuel. Why go 49ers were better than the Eagles? No one likes a 49er, that's for sure. He's a loser. Is this link so long? There's the crybaby right there. There's the crybaby whiner. He cries. And then there's Super Bowl 47. Frank Gore. Oh, got away with one. Whoa. This is why this loser team will never, ever win a Super Bowl. Oh, he got away with one. The Jets. The Brothers. All I have to say is the referees are going to fuck over. This is why they're called the 41ers. You know the referees are going to call some calls for the Cowboys against the 41ers. There's nothing more that I love seeing than seeing the 41ers crying in their misery. Seeing them suffer to the core. The 41er fans suffer. And they suffer and live in the Stone Ages. And they suffer and bully teams like the Cardinals. They gutless cowards. They bully the Cardinals fan base. They're losers. They are losers who have not won anything during the age of the internet. Anyone who's 30 years of age, they've never seen that loser team win the Super Bowl. They're as irrelevant as the Raiders are. The Raiders are irrelevant. They have a great history, but they've not won anything amongst the fans, the 30 to 40 years of age. That's where the Niners are headed. But when you're America's team, the streak is bound to end first there because the gold rush is over. The gold mines have already been found by the people who got there first, and the Niners are done. And that is the same story. Does it sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? The same story. It sound familiar? I don't know why the Cowboys are the joking team. What does that make the 49ers? They've probably been in more playoffs than the Cowboys, and they have choked every year. That sucks for them. It sucks for them. We're already in playoff mode, right? We are. We're in playoff mode. We need to make some noise and start barking at these loser 49er fans. We need to start barking after we beat the filthiest fan base in America. The Eagles are the filthiest fan base in America. Philadelphia fans are worse than Dallas fans. They booed Dak Prescott when he came away with more trophies than the Eagles did at Clydesdale. Mamma mia! He came away with more trophies than the loser Eagles fan base. He's so calm, Patsy and Sam. Relax. It's all good. We don't need no Stephon Diggs. It would have been the all-time greatest defense ever. Yes, it would have been. No doubt about it. But Micah Parsons is more important than Stephon Diggs. You always want your elite pass rusher healthy. And this is going to pair well for the Dallas Cowboys because Stephon Gilmore is a fine acquisition. This is the moment where he's here to, the Cowboys have not suffered any loss, really, because they have the same team as last year. And Stephon Gilmore just takes over for Trevon Diggs. And you have these guys right behind, drafted in the draft, ready to step up for Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are in great shape. The Cowboys are still going to win the Super Bowl. Go down, Dak Prescott. Your peril. I dare you. He owns the Eagles. He owns the Giants. He will own the Niners when it's Dak 1, Niners 0 in the postseason. It's going to be two big rivalry games this January. The Dallas Cowboys take both of them. It's like, America's behind the Eagles because all the 49ers, they feel in America. They want Brock Purdy against the Eagles, but they're delusional. That's not what they're going to get. It's not what they're going to get. We already know what we're waiting for, right? We already know what awaits these days. Micah Parsons is the best pass rusher in the league. He's better than Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is a joke. I take Micah. He's the guy who's had the most quarterback pressures and the most sacks. Do they do all the stuff that the Weiner fan base did? No. Because they accept defeat. They want to build off of defeat. That's what they want to do. So this is why the Dallas Cowboys are better. This is why the Cowboys are going to win. You're just waiting for week 5 because all the Cowboys going against the Cardinals and they going up against who in week 4? The Giants or the Patriots? Well, the Patriots, well, maybe Miami beats Belichick again and Noah ain't got BJ Genie gets an interception, but it don't matter no more because we are already on to the task at hand. We will dominate second half of the year. The Jack Attack is ready to unleash It's not just making up reference. It's just we see Jack attacking Vegas nails the top. There's no about it. The Jack attack must take over. Yeah, you might go over. Line up some cocaine, baby, because booyah, we take it over. I lined up the coke last time was December 18th of 2022, the World Cup final, but I think the best time to do that again is when the Dallas Cowboys get the number 1 seed and we show that this is the best defense of all time, and it's Dak Prescott leading the Reds. I dare you to go up against the Dak attack. I dare you. And I rest my case. Okay. This was an all-time legendary defense at the pace we were going, especially since I have the Dallas Cowboys defense, my fantasy football team. We don't get the all-time Dallas defense, which is all good. I don't think if the Cowboys win in Week 5, why should I think the Niners go in the Super Bowl? We are going off script. Niners have to win Week 5, and there's the NFL Game of the Week videos. By the way, I think the Eagles can lose their first game against Washington, so that's coming up. I predicted the Ravens to beat the Bengals last week. You know, game of the week got to be the Bengals and banged up Joe Burrow against the Rams. That's a Super Bowl rematch, right? Those will beat the Cowboys in Week 15, whatever that is. I think the Cowboys will beat the Dolphins. If the Cowboys beat the Dolphins, then that Super Bowl matchup has no chance. But the Cowboys win Christmas Eve to either clinch a division or home field or a playoff berth or any combination of, right? The Cowboys will lose at Philadelphia. Okay, Cowboys Eagles the game of the week. Okay, Niners Eagles is the game of the week. Niners Chiefs is the game of the week. I'll decide what's the game of the week. Can we do multiple game of the weeks as we go through the rest of the year? I'm not taking down because of TREVON did. Well, I would have loved to see what this defense is capable of doing through an entire year. But again, it's not supposed to come this easy. And Mike McCarthy is supposed to be a brilliant play caller. Kellen Moore's not calling plays anymore. Dak has to earn the contract. So everything happens for a reason. And I will see magic from Dak this year. And it's no big deal. DaRon DiGGS gets up. The team is so much bigger than just one individual. Stephon Gilmore is here for a reason. It's because it's part of the script for TREVON DiGGS get hurt. Okay, you want to hear that? Because it hasn't changed my Super Bowl matchup prediction. And as a matter of fact, it just confirms Stephon Gilmore has taken over. Buffalo Bill fans know who he is. This Stephon Gilmore about to take over. This guy is a Hall of Fame talent. His career started out at Buffalo. They know who this guy is when the Super Bowl is around the corner. Because the Chiefs don't have a chance of making it to the AFC Championship game. And numerology is going to kind of take over Dematria when the Dolphins upset the Chiefs. You know, everyone's going to be riding the MVP or whatever. They go up against the Bills or whatever. But again, Wyoming Cowboys. It's the Bob Gilmore, former Cowboy. You're a Cowboy now, but you're a former Bill. We got the. I've triggered the 41 fans if I'm in the chat. We'll be calling they'll be blaming the refs. Pass interference, Dak, the golden boy. Now, as we say, the blood party, the golden boy, the white golden buck. But his brother and his mom didn't die, did he? And they were not sacrificed for the greater good of what glory he's about to achieve. The glory is clear. He wins the Super Bowl. There's only been 2 quarterbacks who won the Super Bowl with the Cowboys: Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. And Dak joins elite company. And he was the last quarterback to defeat Tom Brady in the playoffs of Tom Brady's career. And the quarterback to defeat Tom Brady will be the first one to win the very next year. And the white supremacist owners are going to be just fine with it, because he didn't play like a running quarterback. Dak plays like a stereotypical drop back and throw quarterback. So Drew Brees, like Matt Ryan, like Kurt Warner, Ben Roethlisberger, the gunslinger era. Dak is a gunslinger. He wears the number 4 like Brett Favre. I don't know if Tony Romo idolized Brett Favre or not, but Tony Romo called the first home game of the Cowboys. And Tony Romo to call the last game of the Dallas Cowboys. The Warner fans are losers! Losers! Yo, losers! Nick Bosa was talking all that shit about how we don't need to draft no quarterback. Nick Bosa's in for a rude awakening. When Kyler Murray, the 2019 draft, the Niners are left with no quarterback, while the Cardinals with a perennial winner, a Heisman Trophy winner, a serial winner, playing in the religious football state of Texas. Kyler Murray's going to win more than the 49ers. They never had the chance to draft. Nick Bosa saying the Cardinals should have drafted him. This is how I know he's getting slaughtered by Kyler Murray next year in the playoffs. To be bought poor, the Niner Cowboy, the Cowboy Eagle. Next year, it's Kyler Murray against Nick Bosa and the playoffs at damn 10. You can book the Niners Cardinals matchup. The Cardinals beat the Niners next year's playoff. It's the result of Super Bowl championship job, and the Ravens are winning the AFC. The Chiefs will not make it to no stinking conference championship game this year, because Patrick Mahomes is 23-5, and if he's 23-5, then he wins 2 out of 3 Super Bowls, and then his AFC championship streak ends at 5. You have to decipher the numerology first before the Gamacha. And so the cheetah and against the Kansas City Chiefs, we must await the narrative there with Miami against Kansas City. Especially the Chiefs beat Miami, then the Chiefs will be the favorite for the playoffs, and then Miami will they'll win the playoff matchup, especially the Chiefs win by 10 or more points in the regular season. And that's another thing we have to look out for. You know, it's not just NFC, it's AFC too. So Lamar to be 3-0, but Lamar will not win or make it to the AFC Championship game. But big things await Lamar Jackson next year. But Lamar Jackson is 23, like fact numerology. And the Ravens won their first Super Bowls, their first 2 titles. And so the Ravens will have to lose their next Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. And that kind of fits into what the white supremacist owners want as it pertains to their game of numerological references. But we get the Kyler Lamar matchup next year, then, because Lamar is half Asian. Or not Lamar, but Kyler. He's a half Asian. The half Asian, half black quarterback in a win. Asian quarterback gonna maximize his smarts, so to speak. I mean, that's what would happen if you ever see Lamar against Kyler Murray. And Buda Baker would intercept Lamar Jackson. But as far as this goes, sticking to the task at hand. The Cowboy defense, as currently constructed with Dan Quinn, is designed to weather the storm. A zone defense is not designed to have and rely on a shutdown corner. It just isn't. There's never been a shutdown corner on the Legion of Boom. They've played cover 3. So the 2 cornerbacks, the 1 safety, the safety's covering the center of the field, the quarterbacks are playing deep coverage. Cover 3. That was the Legion of Boom. Stephon Gilmore is a man cornerback. Yes, he is. But the base of Dan Quinn's scheme is to cover all parts of the field, to not give up the big plays. The Cowboy linebackers gonna get there very quick. And there's not gonna be much yards after the catch. DIGGS was a bonus under the scheme. But Seattle Seahawks defense was never a defense designed around a shutdown corner. The next guy's got to fill in the hole. The interceptions don't necessarily have to come, but then I feel the interceptions will probably still come because DaRon Bland, he's got 6 interceptions. I mean, in limited time, limited snaps, 6 interceptions. Clearly, Cowboys have role fillers, and Micah Parsons, it's just going to make him even more special. Stephon Gilmore is the new sheriff in town. He has taken over. This guy was talked about as the best cornerback in 2019 was with Tom Brady and the Patriots. It just would have been unfair for teams. This is why he had to come down with a fake injury, TREVON DIGGS. It would have been unfair. It would have been unfair. It would be unfair. You have Stephon Gilmore and TREVON DIGGS. But the brilliance of Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott playing for the new contract will take over. That I can guarantee. So I don't know why people are, oh my God, what's happening? I don't know why they're panicking. I have no clue why. No, I have no clue why. But then again, this is what Las Vegas wants. There's a reason why the Cowboys are very stacked at the cornerback position. Because this TREVON DIGGS injury was part of the script. And we don't have DIGGS on the field at the same time, but there's Stephon Gilmore, former Buffalo Bill. Both the Buffalo and the Dallas faced off against the New York teams week 1, 9-11. 9-11 and Patriotism. Wow. Well, both of these teams play week 1. And TREVON, Stephon was there to see TREVON week 1. These two brothers got to be there on media day. Don't matter that they're not on the field at the same time. They'll be there together during media day. I know Dak can play. That red zone interception against the Niners, that looked like a scripted interception. No doubt it didn't. It was just straight to a 49er guy, too, by the way. I don't know the score at the time. I could probably Google it and look back at the score. But it made no sense. You kick a field goal and you give up the interception. But I know Mike McCarthy, he is bound for big things. He won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. Cowboys lost championship against the Steelers. This is what I've said a couple years ago. McCarthy has a 13 life path. The Cowboys will win the Super Bowl 13 years after they hosted the championship. Mississippi State Bulldogs. Bulldogs is 30. Okay. Last championship, Super Bowl 30. It's going to be Rain Dakota. It's time to... again, I will start calling this guy Rain Dakota. Rain Dakota is Comanche, New Jersey, of Las Vegas, Nevada, of Dallas Cowboys, of Stephon Gilmore, of Champion. This is why I drafted Dak Prescott. If this Dallas defense will not take over, it will be Rain Dakota taking over. Take a look at the 49ers game against the Giants. Their first primetime game. They scored 30 points in the Cowboys' last championship. Was in Super Bowl 30, and this was their first primetime game of the year. The 49ers. Just they're about to lose to the Cowboys as the Cowboys win their first championship. And they will lose to the Cardinals. They're not going to lose to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to lose to the 49ers. I can see Kyler Murray beating them the second time. It just all depends if Kyler's going to be healthy. They're giving the Cardinals a 9% chance against the 49ers. Really, the Cardinals have looked vicious and violent on defense, but then this team purposely tanked against the Giants. Really, this team is made out to be a bunch of stockings. I know his Purdy sucks. I take Kyler Murray over this garbage ass quarterback. Kyle may be a genius, but he is a dumbass. Calling all the pass plays against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 54. And he's a choke artist. It seems like it doesn't matter who the quarterback is in the system. His system produces the same kind of results. And Kyle is a failure. He still does not have a quarterback. You get no respect throwing 300 yards against the Giants. You're still a scrub ass quarterback. You won't be facing the Giants in the postseason. How the Giants do against the Eagles again? This seems a joke. We need no TREVON DIGGS. I don't know how many people feel the way that I do, but I know when you have a lot of depth on the football team, I do know that a elite front seven will make any defensive backs look good. So if there is one player to be injured, it shall be TREVON DIGGS over a Micah Parsons. I said it, okay? And you can't replace these kind of guys, but you can replace TREVON DIGGS with Stephon Gilmore. I mean, period. Cowboys are ready to beat the ass of my Cardinals in week 3. Cowboys by multiple scores. The Giants suck. They lost 30-12 to the Niners. They're on the same skill category as Cowboys. This is another double-digit win for the Cowboys. But they have not played on it. That's what they'll say. They're not playing anymore. I'd say get TREVON DIGGS healthy and get him in the fucking lineup for the playoffs. Get this guy healthy, get the fountain of youth rolling. Why not? But we don't need this guy. We don't need him. It's Stephon Gilmore. He's been brought over to the team because he was supposed to get his fake ass injury. You see? See? I know Dak will be the hero. Brock Purdy's mom and his brother did not die. Have they died? Have they been dead yet? You can't just go off of why couldn't Dak does drop back and throw like a white quarterback. Just saying. If we do get the Lamar Kyler Murray matchup, then NFL white supremacist owners. I know Israel Fake Corsi is going to be blaming the refs like his typical 40 wider fans typically do, is they cry and blame the refs. After all that fake tough guy trash talk. So Dak, this guy might as well it should be called Jesus Christ. Mom dies, brother die, everyone's rooting against him. The moment's we set up for Dak to take on the glory. He's gonna conquer. He's gonna be the king. He's gonna rise above after all that's happened with his brother and his mom. And quite frankly, I don't give a shit if the Super Bowl is rigged for the Cowboys. He deserves it, okay? This guy lost his bro and his fucking mom. But who are the Satanists again? The Satanists are the Cowboy haters. Oh, that's the irony. The Satanists are the Cowboy haters. They want Dak to suffer. But he lost his mom and his bro. That's why they suffer. That's why they suffer. They want him to suffer. He lost his mom and his bro. He didn't win, bro. He didn't win. He had to take on the glory. Take on the glory. Tony Romo, he didn't win no Super Bowl, but he didn't lose his mom. He didn't lose his brother. The death ritual is complete. He will win the Super Bowl. If it wasn't set up for that, his mom and his brother would not die. Dak is winning. He has not sucked. He's thrown for 4,000 yards. He's thrown for 35 touchdowns. So any of these assertions are completely juvenile. These are completely juvenile. Because you've not seen the full point package. The whiners are cooked. I agree, but why are you supposed to rug on Dak again? It's all set up in satanic. It's set up for the veteran. We're all supposed to think Dak sucks, but he doesn't suck. In fact, he's a great first couple weeks. Yeah, it's funny. My cousin, born and raised in Jersey. I guess one of her boyfriend's the Cowboys fan, so she became a Cowboys fan. But her husband's a Giants fan, so I don't know how that's gonna end up like. But anyway, like the bet like I do or whatever, like really big into sports and all that. But hey, let's see. Are we gonna live and breathe that man mentality? I've continued for so long on the stream. Should have ended an hour ago or 2 hours ago. How long has this stream been? It's been going on for 2 hours. Michael already to ship over that cocaine for the town to go up this broad frontier. That's what we need. You like to see the big toe on the cocaine, baby, like we see December 18th on the day that the Lord King Messiah is won the World Cup with Argentina. This is what the world demanded on the World Cup. And God, frankly, they did. Fuck Brock Purdy. He played against a garbage-ass Giants team. Fuck him. His primetime numbers are a joke. Josh Dobbs was running. He dominated the 49. He dominated the New York Giants last week. So fuck ass tournament quarterback Josh Dobbs can do so. You scum quarterback Brock Purdy. Josh Dobbs had a rushing touchdown, I think, against the fucking ass New York Giants, did he? Well, he had a lot of rushing yard. He threw 67%. Fuck ass Josh Dobbs against the fuck ass New York Giants. So, oh, you Brock Purdy loser ass motherfuckers, he's a scrub ass quarterback. I don't need to wait for this guy for week 5. I know what the script will be. I'll wait for you gay ass losers in the playoffs when this guy throws 3 interceptions. It would be unfair if TREVON DIGGS were in the playoffs. This is what we'd be talking. But we don't need him to win. We don't need him to win. We don't need him to win. The world has deserved TREVON DIGGS to play throughout the entire fucking playoffs. It does not deserve this. Period. It's crazy to hear this coming from a Cardinals fan. Hey, Dallas is the real shit this year. Yeah, you know, not that. No, San Francisco 49er. Yeah, and then not that. It's called. I tell you. Let's get loud for the Cowboys to see us, shall we? Let's get loud for the Cowboys. We ready to take over. They wish they were the Cowboys. They wish they were the Cowboys. They wish they'd take over. We really win the Super Bowl this year. We get the far Gilmore this year. We got the did not have a dog. We got the Micah. Mad Micah is his nickname. Mad Micah. Are we going to be obnoxious or what? That's Cowboys. Are we going to make the Niners hate the Cowboys all week long? Are we? Are we? We've got more talent than the trash-ass team in the league. They ain't got no nothing as far as I'm concerned, are we? The Cowboys are done. But Stephen A. Smith, who says the Cowboys, who has to watch the Cowboys win the Super Bowl? This is watch TV to see Stephen A. have to acknowledge that the Cowboys have won the Super Bowl. And you know it's true. 42 points won the 42nd day, Thursday night game. Niners scored 30 points. The Cowboys won their first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 30. Yeah, you hear me? This team is full of talent. These fans are jealous. I wish my team had TREVON DIGGS. I wish they had CeeDee Lamb. And I'm just a Cardinals fan. I'm just being real. Deebo Samuel's a scrub-ass wide receiver. He's a joke. If I want to look at talent, I look at the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's scrub-ass. He's a scrub-ass wide receiver. He's a joke. He's a joke. We're going to win this thing, baby. Here we go. Josh Dobbs gets Cowboys team. So who's his name? DaRon Bland? He gonna do just fine. He will scrub journeyman quarterback against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in a bag of confidence. Big of confidence. And then after this game, we will. The Cowboys are the best. There's no pass rush. There's a joke. It's a joke. Niners are a joke. The Niners are the sportsbook's favorite team because they suck. And, 49ers win the Super Bowl. They're just a Las Vegas psyop. That's all they are, is a Las Vegas psyop. All these losers every year. The Niners win the Super Bowl. I've been hearing about this since 2011. But it's been over 10 years and they're full of losers. So go bet these losers away because they suck. And you'll get the expected result because you trash. You trash if you think the Niners win before the Cowboys because you joke. Because this is a guy who's never ever thrown for 3,000 yards. He's a joke-ass quarterback. He can only do well against the trash-ass Giants. And the Rams are not anything special. So we go in 2 hours live on the stream. All the losers think the season is over for the Cowboys. They know nothing about no football. I think we know a lot about football over here. I can guarantee that over here. Cowboy. I mean, his brother, Dak's mother, his brother. Something special has to happen for that brother. That's how I look at it. It's